Lee, when we came in last December, my very intelligent wife, Kay, and I were discussing with you about RMDs. What is an RMD?
Good question. RMDs are required minimum distributions, and that is strictly for traditional IRAs. So what happens is, with investments into the traditional IRA, the government hasn't been able to tax those contributions prior to you taking them out. So the money that goes into the IRAs are before tax dollars. They grow tax deferred, and then at the required minimum age, which is now 72 as of January 1st, 2020, at 72 years old, the government now is forcing these investors to take the minimum distribution out of their traditional IRAs. It is some type of formula it comes up with about the longevity of the life. It used to be around 3.8, 3.9%, so that might be a little different now that it's age 72 versus 78 and a half. But so at the RMD, all that means is you're now forced to take out roughly 4% of your traditional IRA by December 31st of that year that you turn 72.
Are there penalties for not using an RMD?
There are. So if you do not take out your RMD by December 31st of the year, the calendar year, you turn 72, and then every year after, you get charged 50% penalty.
50, that sounds severe.
50%. And
Sounds severe.
You still get taxed on the whole thing, and then they keep 50% of it.
Okay, now, we say, here's the key. How can this be used to affect planned giving for a church?
That's a great question, a great opportunity. So it used to be the government would wait till the very end to pass it along, and they finally made it to where every single year it's automatic now. That what you have as far as a required minimum distribution, so that roughly 4% at the beginning, and it gets bigger as you get older, that can go to a church or any charity. If that is gifted directly to a church, for example, your church, there is no tax consequences that comes out. So every dollar that goes to that goes up to the RMD amount. If you gift more than the RMD amount, that additional amount might be taxed, but the RMD amount actually goes to the church completely tax-free.
So when my boss and I, my wife, look at our church contribution for any given year, then we can look at the amount of the RMD, and since we are not paying taxes on it and giving it directly to the church, then we could make a decision on would we want to increase our church giving because of not paying those taxes?
Yes, yeah. A lot of clients we're running into, they're not needing the money from the IRAs because of Social Security, pensions, whatnot. So that money that's being taken out is sometimes being forced to be taken out again because the government wants their cut. So if you are lucky enough to where you don't need the traditional IRA money that is coming out via RMD, you can gift that 100% to the church and you pay zero taxes. So it's a nice way to get it out of the IRA without paying taxes for those that don't need the money.
Super.
And it's additional benefit to the church.
And when I get to the ripe old age of 72, and not too far away, then we'll have to make some good decisions on those.
In addition to the giving method just presented by Lee and Bill, I would like to add a few more. Historically, our church's existence, generation to generation, was our children joining the church and participating as we have long after we are gone. As many of us older members are witnessing, however, this is not always the case with our children, either through relocation or by choice. So what can we do to ensure that St. Paul's existence is guaranteed to continue to serve this community that we love so much, and in case our sons or daughters wish to return at some point? This is where planned giving during or after our death comes into play. Each of you should have received a copy of the pamphlet regarding this. If not, there is some out on the table. Information on planned giving to the ministers of St. Paul's details what you will need to know as the beginning. That presents several ways you can give even after you are gone. While each of these methods can appear somewhat complicated and may involve legal papers, etc., the church is available to explain each option to you and your family members. Please do not hesitate to contact the office if you wish to explore any of these options. One option I am considering and would like to high point today is including in your will or trust a percentage donation, small or large, to the church. This can be from 1% up to 100%, as we have witnessed in the Ecker Farm that currently provides annual crop income to the church. An example for our church would be if 50 or more members would pledge 5% of their estate based on current U.S. estimated estate values, and these 50 passed away within the coming 10-year period, our endowment would increase by approximately $450,000 plus earnings to continue the life of St. Paul's. Please consider this in your estate planning if you wish to ensure that our church continues to do God's work in the Waterloo area during as well as after you are gone. I would also like to add that due to COVID, many of you are not physically attending church on Sunday. We fully understand and appreciate this. Therefore, we're providing other methods for you to submit your 2021 pledge card to the church on or near November 8th. You can email your pledge card to Linda Miller at the church. You can mail it by U.S. mail to Linda here at the church address, or you can drop it off in person. Please be aware that your 2021 pledge is confidential. Only Linda Mueller will know what you are pledging. She will only provide a summary to our committee, which we will present on November 15th. This, however, will only consist of the number of pledges received and total increases in giving, hopefully, received above previous years. Thank you.